Alright then guys, welcome to the video, welcome back to the channel, and yes, it has happened. I've hit 10,000 subscribers. Can't really believe it, to be honest. I did actually try and catch the moment on film when it happened, but it ended up happening so fast. I'll cut to that right now. I've literally just in this last second hit 10,000 subscribers. This is crazy. Look, I'll show you the screen. Look, there it is, guys. I've made it. I've actually got to 10,000 subscribers. I can't really put into words how it feels because it's something I've worked towards as like just I set myself a goal to actually hit it, but I guess I never really thought it would happen, especially with the content that I make. It's not like I'm making stuff to try and go viral or try and get views or anything. I'm just making the content on stuff that I was going to be doing to all the cars anyway. The fact that it's even got to 10,000 is absolutely mind-blowing because there's less of these on the road than there are subscribers I've got, which I know I even said when I hit 5,000 subscribers. It's such a cool feeling knowing that there's enough of you out there that are interested in the content. So I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you that have subscribed so far. It's just super exciting because I've got some really cool stuff coming. Thank you to all of you for sticking around, enjoying the content, commenting down below and everything. And if you are one of these 10,000, I'm hoping this is still early days and you're going to be one of the OGs in the future. Who knows where this is going to go, but I just want to say thank you. I mean, let's be honest, you haven't clicked on this video because you want to hear me waffle on and say thank you to you all. So let's cut to past me to show you a little surprise little addition that I guess none of you saw coming. So then guys, the big reveal, here is the new car. That's right, I've got another EP3. Actually gone halves with this with my dad, and the sole purpose for this is to stop you guys in the comments saying that I should track my cars, because this is the future track car. There is no point in this being a road car like my one I've already got, because I've already got one. But this was a car that I just could not say no to. The price was unbelievable, and for the amount of work that's gone into this car and just generally the stories behind how this has even happened, like, it's all incredibly interesting because you may have seen in the background of videos that this car actually got mapped the same day as my EP3. Film the engine out on the stand. Yeah, it looks super fresh. Mine definitely doesn't look this nice. Everything all painted. Cool T7 design block off plate and stuff. There's so many different things which has been in parallel with my car. It's just funny that I now own this thing. But what's really cool about this is a perfect candidate for a track car. Yes, it is red, well, Milano pink. The bodywork isn't great, perfect for a track car, but the underside of this thing is super clean, which is incredible. So at some point in the future, I will actually show you that, but this is sort of more of just the initial walk around. And the other great thing about this mechanically, brand new LSD, I believe it's an M factory LSD, brand new stage 4 clutch, brand new radiator, brand new alternator, brand new Tegua 421 manifold. It's got all the bits that I guess cost the most amount of money. The only thing it's missing to take on a track day right now, I suppose, would be the baffled sump. The other thing that's great about this is because it's on the standard suspension, in terms of videos moving forward, obviously stick a baffled sump in this thing, go take it around a track, see how it is, and we can go from there in terms of building it up. So it's had all the important, expensive stuff that makes it a good car to drive. Hasn't got coilovers, obviously it's just got the standard wheels. Let me give you a little walk around, show you under the engine bay and all that kind of stuff of the new track car. Okay, so what do we actually have here? So we've obviously got a Milano red pre-facelift EP3 2002 car, same year as my S2000. Ironically, there's another S2000 right there. And it is, from the outside, pretty much a standard car. Interesting that it's got a black wing. That is obviously going to get swapped for my Mugen wing that I've just taken off of my EP3. Well, this is also my EP3, this is going to get confusing. So that is why I've kept that, because it's going to go on here, and I'm going to leave it grey so you'll always know that it's my car. Look at the sills. Yeah, just some cobwebs and stuff in there, relatively clean. So we've got a few bits of like just body damage, I guess. So a dent in the boot, there's a scratch just down here, just various like scratches, things. It's got some tint on the front windows, which is interesting. Some lacquer peel here. Hard to actually show you everything with how dusty and dirty it is. Some more lacquer peel around here as well. Just just stuff that if it was a street car, I guess you'd want to actually sort out, but because it's a track car, it's just the perfect scenario basically. So there are some small areas of rust along here on top of the door, but super easy to replace a whole door, that kind of thing. Considering the underside is so clean, things like that really don't bother me. In terms of interior, it's actually pretty much standard in here. As you can see, there is a pretty big rip in the standard Type R seats, pre-facelift interior as well. I do believe this has actually come with extra seats. I've literally just shown up and have started filming, so I think there are some extras and stuff to go along with this. But as you can see, no sort of audio in the middle, just all silver, some sort of off-brand, terrible looking steering wheel. That's pretty horrible. All this stuff is probably going to end up coming out anyway. One thing to mention is the driver's window currently doesn't work, but I'm hoping that's going to be something super simple. Also, the fact that it's missing like a trim piece here, like I guess, if anything, weight saving, because it's a track car. This is stuff that doesn't matter for this car, whereas it would really wind me up if I didn't have this piece in my car. Coming into the boot, we have various little bits and pieces of just stuff. I haven't actually even been through this myself. It looks like we've got the standard inlet manifold and stuff in there. Got an AEM heat soaker by the looks of things. Looks like it's got some, oh, these might be new, some Goodrich braided brake lines. This is literally you're finding out as I'm finding out. Another super cool thing is the battery has been relocated to the boot. Looks pretty nice in here, just stripped out. I believe this does come with the interior. I mean, obviously there's the rear bench. May end up putting it back in just to start with. I don't know. Now let me take you to the engine bay. And in here is, well, I guess this whole area is one major reason as to why I pulled the trigger on even picking this thing up. We've got a fully refreshed K20 in here, had a new timing chain, all that kind of stuff. Like I said earlier, brand new alternator, various other brand new hoses, brand new radiator, LSD in the gearbox. This does have a 70mm throttle body on it as well. And it does have a map from Remain. What is hilarious actually is that this car is actually running pretty much the same power that my Civic used to run. It does have the RBC inlet manifold, so that is something that's a bit different. I'm not sure what intake this even is, to be honest. Also, like I mentioned, has a stage 4 clutch in it as well. So it's basically just fully ready to go for track pretty much, apart from needing a baffled sump in the oil pan. It's just mad just seeing, look, like just how fresh everything is. And the exhaust setup is just this Spoon N1 style back box. I think it's an M2 system, I'm not totally sure. And then it's got the Tegua 421 manifold on it. It's got literally everything you want. I guess the only thing is I could change the exhaust to a 3-inch and get another map like I've done with my car, but it's really just not worth it. So at this current time, I believe it's just got the standard brake pads, everything in there. Obviously no sort of alignment because there isn't any sort of modified suspension on this I'm aware of anyway, which makes it a perfect candidate to progress and see what a difference these parts make rather than just buying a ready done car and just having it as is. The only downside I suppose at the moment is this is running on an ECU that is borrowed, so I do need to get another ECU to load the map on, but that is just something that can happen at some point in the future. Another thing to mention I suppose is that the key is kind of pretty much the same as the S2000 key. I don't know if that's a pre-facelift car or just 2002 era cars got the key like this, because my facelift EP3 key is different. So you might have actually seen this car on YouTube before. So this was bought and was part of the shell swap project for Mr. Daniel Knight on YouTube, and that is actually how I ended up getting in contact with Ignite Automotive and all of that kind of stuff. So this shell is actually from Haas at Garage EP3, just all these different links that I've got to this car. It's just so funny that it is actually now in my ownership. So obviously this is super exciting and it is just rad to even have another one, but the realistic part of this is I don't actually know the timeline on this. I had to jump on buying this car because it was such a good deal. I couldn't say no. It's had so much money spent on it. I just can't afford to run 3 cars, especially having 2 EP3s. It's just pointless having 2 cars like that on the road. So I'm not totally sure on what the plan is going to be in terms of timeline for this thing, but I just wanted to at least show you guys and sort of celebrate 10,000 subscribers with a car like this. I'm also very interested to know what you guys think of this thing, and I also have a little guess down below how much you think I paid for this whole car, bearing in mind all of that work that's been done and how clean the shell is, which I will try and show you at some point in the future. The idea is track day content, track car content, but also just me getting my mates together and us all having a blast in this thing. Ever since I went to the Nürburgring when I was about 21, it was always a dream to have a track car to be able to do things like that, and this is the realization of that dream. But for now, this thing is just going to get sawned, parked up off the road somewhere and just left until I can actually figure out how I can afford to run this car as well as the other two. What an amazing problem to have. Yeah, let me know down below guys what you think I should do with this car, if you think there's any mods that are coming. I know that a lot of you are going to say let's turbo it, and to be honest that may actually end up happening at some point in the future, but for now the plan for this thing is for it to just be a fun track toy for me, my dad, my friends, create some content for you guys as well, bring a different flavour to all the videos, because obviously the amount of you that have been commenting, telling me to take mine on track. Now I don't need to because I got this thing. Anyway, thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. Welcome to the next chapter. Hopefully this is something you're excited about. It's certainly something I'm excited about, being able to hoon it around the track without worrying about actually ruining one of my cars. It's quite exciting. Thank you for subscribing, but also if you are new here, please do consider subscribing. 10,000 subscribers is still, I'm hoping, early days for the channel. So thanks as always for all of your support. Leave a comment down below on what you think of this thing. Don't forget to like this one for future track content, and I will catch you guys in the next one.